All hail King Aegon II, the White Bear of the Kingdom of the Woods. What's up, Bear Pack? Welcome back to another episode here in the Kingdom of the Woods. Our custom house, House Bear, has a new king. King Aegon II, we'll call him the White Bear for obvious reasons. His father is actually Prince Atreus Bear, who is the brother of the previous king, King Valyr, the Magnanimous. And I think it's important for us to realize that King Valyr, he was a man of action, and there was some question about why I left him leading the armies. And even though he was one-handed and one-eyed, and I mean, the reality of it is that a king of action doesn't just sit in his castle and allow the other lords of the kingdom to fight his wars on his behalf. And so when an Andal invasion and multiple Andal invasions threatened his kingdom, he took action and led the very center of the army. And so it's important for us to realize that, you know, no matter what ended up happening, that King Valyr did what he was made to do. He fought the war that he was responsible for. He fought for the kingdom that he helped to create. I mean, the woods wouldn't be the size that it is without King Valyr's influence. And so it's important for us to realize that, you know, in spite of the fact that it may have been a dumb decision to have a one-eyed, one-handed man leading the center of the army, it's what King Valyr would have done. You know, this isn't necessarily a roleplay restricted series, but it is important for us to know that, you know, there is no opportunity greater for a king than to lead his army into battle. And so, especially for a man as proud and as wroth as King Valyr was, it's important for him to know that he's there and not just in his castle and not just allowing the other lords of the woods to do the things that he should be doing. So I feel like King Aegon II will be roughly the same, but only because of the Dragon Rider trait. That's about it. There is really nothing else that would make him change his mind there. We do need to be careful because our heir is Prince Alex, which is fine, but all of his children are Hulls and Brownhills, and so we would be into a lot of trouble if we died. So we really need to be careful. We really need to have a son quickly. We married Queen Della Snow, who is quick and that helps us out in a number of ways, but she's also a really good character. She has 21 diplomacy. And there's nothing wrong with 21 diplomacy, that's for sure. She'll actually pretty much serve as our Master of Laws once Lord Bennett kicks the bucket. So, yeah, today's going to be a little bit interesting because we have some stuff to deal with. The Stormlands, I'm pretty much done with. There's no more marriage tie there. There's no more alliance there. But also, it's just it's such a cluster. It's such an awful, awful, awful thing. And he is currently fighting. This is the new Storm King. He's currently fighting an Andal invasion. And there was a previous king who was fighting 6 Andal invasions simultaneously. And I'm just not interested in spending an eternity at war with the Andals down in the Stormlands. I mean, it was an Andal already. I'll deal with it whenever it comes. They're ambitious, they're formidable fighters, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And so we need to turn our attention elsewhere. Namely, you know, the Reach is always an option. House Redwine is currently responsible for ruling the Reach. Her heir is this guy, Lord Narbert, who is married to a low-born girl who's a pirate sympathizer, ironically. And so it's, you know, there's a lot going on here in the Reach that we could maybe get our hands dirty with. The Reach is actually extended down into the arm of Dorne, which isn't really, you know, isn't really Dorne yet, at least in this sense. There's also the Rock, who I don't have a truce with. I thought there may have been a situation where they declared war on us, and then the war ended very quickly. I don't remember. But she's matrilineally married. Her son is ugly. That's fantastic. Just trying to take stock and see what's going on around us, because I think the most important thing that we're going to end up having to do is we're going to have to conquer the Bay of Claws, which is actually ruled by my aunt. It's King Valar's wife. And, yeah, it's King Valar's wife. So we're going to have to be careful with that. She's depressed. Oh, look, she cared about him. But her heir is disinherited. He's a maester. And instead, the guy that will rule after her is her brother, I believe. One of her relatives. Yeah, one of her relatives will rule the Bay of Claws in her stead, but we'll conquer it before that. I'm 95% sure. So the Dusklands, the Bay of Claws, and then these remaining parts of what would be the Crownlands up here, Claw Isle, North Crack Claw, and Dire Den. We do need to take these, the Crack Claw Baron and the Whispers, away from the Trident, but we're going to get to the point where we're conquering all of these petty kings in order for us to make the Trident our greatest enemy, you know, our rival in this. So King Tomard, who is an Andal of the Trident of Gravesham. Okay. So that's the plan right now. That's the plan where we stand right now. We'll conquer the Trident just eventually, just not right now. I would prefer to like destroy the Empire tier title though, and have our own empire. I don't want to have to worry about editing the save file to get our empire to be my main jam. So I have to make sure we form an empire before that, conquer the Trident, that will revert back to a king tier title and be Lord Paramount. I think that's how that'll work. Yeah. And then the plan right then will be, we'll probably take Wickenden, just to have some consistency in our borders. So we'll have all of this area right here. We'll look at expanding and conquering the Isles, but not immediately. And then what we'll do is we'll start to colonize the Vale. I don't want the Vale necessarily, but I would like for us to see maybe an offshoot of House Bear take over the Vale and begin to colonize and set up their own thing there. So if we can find a house to support that we could maybe assist or marry into and then help them form the Vale, that would be great. And then we'll have to look and see at that point where we're at, because at that point maybe we can turn our attention back to the south and start maybe incorporating some of the Stormlands into our empire. And then we'll see. I don't know that I want to make necessarily a super empire that encompasses all of Westeros. I think probably at that point, before we start getting into everything with the Stormlands, we need to look at Andalos. We need to raid the crap out of them and destroy it. We really, really want the Andal invasions to stop. I think the only way that that's going to happen is if we force ourselves upon Andalos and bring it to its knees. So that'll be what we do at that point. I'm really enjoying this series and everything going into it. We've started out as this small lord in Stony Sept, capable of raising maybe 800 men, and from there we grew to a high lord, to a double high lord, and then whenever we got our third high lordship, we declared a kingdom, and it's been amazing. It's been a fun ride, and it's not over, and it's far from over, guys. It's far from over. So we need to figure out exactly where all of our council stands at the moment. We have a guy off fabricating claims in Blackwood Vale. I don't really need that. I don't need claims anymore. Claims isn't something that is important to me right now. It would be important maybe to have, like, to sow dissent in the Trident maybe, to help lower his levies, but we currently have a stronger army than him, so that's not super important either. Maybe we could do improved diplomatic relations, but let's just perform statecraft, because that'll work on the whole kingdom and not just focused on one spot. That'll be fine. We'll perform charity with our priest right there in Bear Hall. And I think that's going to be okay for our council. I need to make sure there's one person that I need to add in to the commander. There we go. He's already on there. That's fine. Lord Dickon of Willowwood. So the other part of this is we need to potentially give the High Lordship of the Eye right here to Lord Dickon. I'm not sure that's exactly what I need to be doing. I'm not sure. So maybe there's a different High Lordship that we can work our way into giving to him. But we got to keep Lord Dickon happy. He's a faithful House Bear supporter, and we got to make sure he has kids too. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to check. Let's look at the character info for Lord Dickon right here. His fertility is 80. Her fertility is -10. Wow. Manifest cancer. What the? Huh. I don't know what's causing that. I need to figure out how to remove that. Manifest cancer. Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, she's not gonna have any kids with her fertility like that, that's for sure. Let me see if I can figure out how to remove the character flag, and I will I'll be right back. Okay, I've got it. So we need to do CLR _ CHAR _ flag. And then I think the argument there is the actual flag. Manifest cancer. And then her character ID 999049008. Okay, cool. Her fertility hasn't gone up though. Maybe if we advance time. Now her fertility's still way down. Okay, now I need to figure out how to increase her fertility. I don't like using the console like this. I really don't. I don't think the command is just like add fertility or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know what the command would be. Give me 1 second. Let me look it up. Okay, so you have to do that through save file editing, and I'm not gonna do that right now. So hopefully we can figure that out here in just a little bit. They're young. Hopefully we can make sure all that works out. And yeah, I'll keep my eye on it for sure, and make sure Dickon stays, you know, like he's supposed to, for sure. Still, oh, okay, so I did raise him to nobility and granted him a lordship. So it's the short reign right now that's going to be the big negative modifier for King Aegon, and that's okay. We'll deal with that as it comes. I do want to point out that we're still relatively young. We need to have children, obviously, but we're still pretty young, and we have a good opportunity here to, like, improve the dynasty, improve the kingdom, improve all that stuff. And so let's really get into it here. Let's really take this opportunity and make it worthwhile. And let's begin by, oh, he's an Andal, dirty Andal. Okay, we'll declare war. Dragon conquest of the Dusklands. Yeah. Declare war, dragon conquest of the Dusklands. Let's deal with him now. And let's get it over with. Maybe he'll surrender, maybe not. Alright, let's raise up our levies. And let's have them all congregate in Bear Hall. And I'll keep my eye on his men and see what he's doing. Man, immediately, he started improving opinion. That's good. Has used the attendance of the feast. Oh, I forgot we're still in feast mode. In Bear Hall to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Argrave Holt had his kinsman, Sarya Holt, murdered. Demands, okay. Yeah, let's force to compensate for sure. This dude, Argrave Holt. No, it's the same guy. He already paid. Who is this Argrave Holt? He's gonna be arrested. He's not a lord. I'm not worried about it. Okay, the funeral. 3 days have gone by since King Valar passed away, and the body was cleaned, prepared for burial, and wrapped in a shroud, and laid at the base of the weirwood tree. Kith and close kin of the dead arrived to mourn, with each placing offerings for the dead about the body. As darkness draws in, the gathered party makes their way to the Godswood, as the eldest kinsman, hooded and cloaked in heavy linen, proceeds forward and enters, carrying the runic weirwood staff. Everyone present sets their eyes downcast, fearful of glimpsing the staff. The staff is put to the body to measure, then the kinsman whispers to the body before departing. As soon as the ritual is concluded, those closest to the dead gather up the body and carry it to the grave, where they offer their final farewells. And so it is done. King Valar, the Magnanimous, ruled for 30 years. He was a man known to be the most courageous, as well as possessing immense strength. He was killed in personal combat in the midst of the battle by the Guka on 4th of June, 6529, at the age of 49. King Valar was merely a competent swordsman and not a warrior songs are written of. Wow. Well, we shall never see another of his kind. Sir Cosgrove of Lemonwood. Yeah, look, all of these, that's fine. All of these Andals now are declaring war against us. That's not good. We're gonna have to be really careful. The good news is that we have enough men that we can probably split our forces in half. And what we'll do... Oh, look. Coalition of the First Men? Really? I don't want to help you. Fine, I'll help you. Look, the Trident's already helping her. Okay, so we're gonna unite, and I'm gonna split the unit in half, and that gives us about 7,000 men. I'm gonna lead actually the side, and allow Dickon to lead the center for a brief period while we're in transition, while we're moving, because he's an organizer. That's the big thing. And then I'll take over the center. What I need to be on the lookout for is other Andals coming to siege down my capital. That's why I split my unit in half. And so... Okay, and now we'll switch. I'll lead the center. Dickon will lead the side. And we will deploy the dragon in the siege. 4% chance of maimed, 8% chance of wounded. Okay, good, that already took it out. Their leader is not here. What does greedy do? No, I don't know that I want to be greedy. Kind isn't good, really, either. I definitely don't want to be cruel. Okay, cool. House arrest is fine. This guy really fighting a war against Daemon's host. The Riverlander de jure war over... Oh. So the Riverlands are trying... the Trident's trying to incorporate him too. I'm glad we declared it now. Alright, how bad is he losing? 0, 21 in my favor, 65 in his favor, and 32 in favor of the king. Okay. So we really need to just attack the Trident, really. But I think we're allies with the Trident in another instance. Yeah, we're allies with the Trident. So I can't necessarily attack them. Okay, so we're just going to keep on sieging down. And allow that to kind of... good for her. We're going to keep on sieging down and allow that to kind of be our basis for this war right now. Okay. So it's going to be difficult because I'm going to have to keep an eye on all of his wars at the same time as I'm keeping an eye on my own war. So yeah, let me go take care of that, and I will be right back. Okay, so bigger development than I thought. My wife died. Della Snow has passed away, so we need to find another suitor for Queen of the Woods. She yielded no children, so that didn't do anything. Diplomatic range, yes, diplomatic range. Join court, doesn't necessarily need to join court necessarily, because I can actually offer my own marriage proposals now. So we have that. What we should probably do, let's see. Let's sort by age, and let's scroll down to somebody that's an appropriate age, so we don't have to weed through all the garbage. So let's start at the age of 15, and find some good congenital traits. Also have to make sure they're kind of my religion group, which would be Old Gods and 5th of the 7. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, so there's Winifred Mudd. She actually holds claims on the Trident. Not that I need that. Like, that would just kind of be extra. So that's House Mudd. And she's quick. Looking for good congenital traits, guys. Good congenital traits. Could be anything. Could be strong, could be quick, could be genius. Currently struggling to see any of them. There's a quick. She is of House Marsh. She's actually a Crannogman. She doesn't have a fat face, so that's a good start. She has pretty good skills. Okay, so she's an option. Will she appear over here? I need to edit this to show characters of special interest. Okay, close that. Okay, so we're gonna continue to look and see. We can continue finding. So this girl's attractive. We'll add her to the list. Oh, this girl's a genius. She's an Andal. She holds claims to the neck. Not that I really want that. Does she have a fat face? She does not. prefer not to have to marry an Andal, but genius is such a good trait. I don't know that I want to, like, not have that. This girl's attractive and quick. She's lustful, so she's got the fertility of the wilds. This girl's a slave, so that doesn't help me. Okay, I think that's a really good mix. This girl's quick. This girl's giant. Giant would be a good trait to start breeding in. But I wasn't impressed by any of her other traits. I think I'm gonna end up having to do the genius. I think genius is the way to go. This girl's quick and ambitious. Let me just invite her to court. I'll seduce her when the time comes. We need to produce lots and lots of children to secure the line of House Bear. Okay, so I think this girl's quick. I don't think she'll accept an invitation to court, though. No. We have Tida of Brown Harlow, who is just attractive. So let's actually toggle her off. Don't need that. Alice of Black Helm is a genius. She wants to get married. Will she come to court? No, she will not. Okay. And then there's Lythene, who is quick and attractive. Will she come to court? No, she won't. Oh, she already has a lover, so that's probably not a good thing. Okay, let's toggle her off. I think I've made my decision. I think we're gonna go with Alice of Black Helm if they'll accept the marriage proposal. Oh, really? I have the widowed trait. Dang it. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Man. I don't want to be widowed. It's going to waste a lot of time. Alright, so I guess we'll just focus on the war for now. And we'll deal with it when the time comes. You know what? Let's go ahead and take out this army. Okay, so here we go. Find solace in the arms of another. So there's Elise. She's not married. 40% chance I lose the trait widowed. I can drown myself in wine and song. Can lose myself in books. 1% chance I become a maester. Okay. I think the best option is to lose myself in the arms of another. I'm a student of strategy. Did I lose the trait widowed? No, I did not. God. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. Already. Dual skill estimate 6. Dual skill estimate 10. Oh, yeah, we'll take him. Alright, so exactly the way his uncle died, and without a solid heir, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. One mistake is all he'll get. You see a weak spot, a vulnerability in Florian's defense. It's not much, but it's all you need. Strike. You easily break through Florian's guard and knock him to the ground. He lies sprawled at your feet, completely at your mercy. It's all over now. Florian drops his weapon and throws up his hands. I yield, I yield. I can say no, and he's slain. I accept, back on your feet. The fight is over. Florian lies defeated. You have won. Victory is mine. Awesome. Your ability to take down any man in a brawl is widely renowned. Many speak of your prowess and how it would be unwise to pick a fight with you. 50 prestige, nice. I shall be merciful. He can be under house arrest. Right. This is an army for the Dusklands right here. And you know what? I'm going to let him get to Deddington and take out and break the siege right here because yeah, I'm going to do that because that would improve his war score with the Trident, which is currently at 65%. So I really do need to be careful. So I'm going to let him do that. We're going to continue to siege. Because once he breaks those, his war score will greatly improve. All right. Should have another one coming in. We'll do nothing for now there. Come on. Break those sieges, man. This is going to be like the bigger issue because pretty soon, once we have more territory in this area, the normal guys will have claims. Like the guys with the Trident will have claims. And so we'll be fighting off claim wars as well as Andal invasions, which, you know, it's okay. We'll deal with it, obviously. But it makes it a little bit more interesting, that's for sure. Did we get to the final level of... let's see. Your Grace, I humbly ask that you intervene on my behalf against the aggression of Lord Brine Shell, who is invading my lands and is an obvious contravention of the peace of the realm. I would be eternally grateful if you'd support me in this matter. I'll order him to stand down. Did we get to the final level of Castletown? We did. Awesome. So we just have a couple more levels in Steward's Tower and Large Estates in order to get there, and then we can start on these smaller buildings, which will improve our levy size. Obviously, we're not going to build a dragon pit. It really reduces the size growth and life expectancy of the dragon, and we want a strong dragon, you know? We're not going to build a slave camp. We don't need a household guard right now. Training grounds will probably be the biggest thing that we do. It doesn't give us any troops, but it increases morale and the levy size by 10% respectively. So there we go, he broke that siege, that's fine. Okay, we've sieged down both of these provinces. So I'll have him go here, and I'll have him... Actually, we'll go and take out this army. I think if we win one more battle, it'll put us over the edge. Yeah, 99%. Let's see if he'll accept. Offer peace. No, it's a flesh wound. Okay, that's fine. I can attempt an assault, and I'll break the siege then. Good, there we go. That puts us at 100. Offer peace, enforce demands. Awesome. Cool. So there's that. Or do we take over anything? Florian's host, offer peace, enforce demands. Good. So now we need to deal with Lord Daemon of Griffin's Peak, right? Do we need to do that? Actually, let's disband this unit, or these units. Why? We're in the woods, right? Disband. Oh, why are we not in friendly territory? We are in friendly territory. The game is just being screwy. Okay. Now we should be able to do this. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, now that we've dealt with the Dusklands, that was surprisingly easy, guys. That was surprisingly easy. We've been dealing with that for like 2 generations. We've needed to do that. And the White Bear made it happen in like a year. It's fantastic. We really need that widowed trait to go away, but that's okay. We can focus on war for the time being. And he does have a lover. It reduces his fertility, but he does have a lover now. So we could end up having a bastard. And that would, you know, that would be okay. I'd be fine with that. I'm waiting on him to finish his education. I want him to be a maester already. I had a thought it would be hilarious if he was a maester and we like invited him to court and he was our maester. Because they're actually rivals. Not only is it like we had that whole situation in the last episode, but the two Aegons are rivals, and it's hilarious to me. So, yeah. Look, the last King Aegon, his wife, my grandmother, is still alive. She's on her third husband, who is already dead. Wow. That's awesome. Most of her children are dead, though. So we do have some cousins. Let's see. All of them are of Tudbury Hall, though. But she's currently married matrilineally to Oliver Holt. I think she's too old to bear his children, though. This girl is the king of Red March. That's cool. Onwood. So there are no members of House Bear over there. Okay. Sorry, I went down a rabbit hole there. Your dragon, Winged Stranger, seems to have an insatiable appetite for meat and prey. She sometimes seems to spend all day hunting and devouring the livestock of the area. No doubt she will eventually grow large and fat. I wouldn't want my Winged Stranger to go hungry, so she could gain Ravenous and 2 Martial. So the dual skill estimate goes down by 3. Which isn't good for... it's not good for dances with dragon. Starve it of food to teach it a lesson. So it could gain... It won't gain Ravenous, but it could gain Wrath. Or Shy. It's a 50-50 shot between the two. Growth size is by 1.5. It's already crazed. The dual skill estimate currently is 2. Oh man, we maybe need the size growth to balance out for lazy. That's a terrible traits for a dragon. Okay, let's try this and hope we gain Wrath. We did! Alright, we gained Wrath. So taming chance is low, but the dual skill is now 10 instead of 2, so that helps. Alright, we lost the widowed trait. That's fantastic. Ah, but this girl's married. Okay. Okay. Well, that just means we need to look through and see who is eligible. And we'll deal with it.